Hello everybody, my name is Daniel Ezer, and today we will be learning about transformations of a trigonometric function and its applications. How to find the transformations of a trig function. This is a sine function and this is a cos function. As you can see, there is a, k, d, and c, and we need to find those to graph the functions and to see what changes. So a stands for amplitude, how much the graph goes up and down from the midline. K is used to find the period of the graph by using this formula right here. And D is how much the graph shifts to the left or right, and C is the vertical shift or midline of the graph, the middle y value. Here's our real life word problem. The depth of the water at the entrance of a boat harbor changes throughout the day due to the tides and can be modeled by the functions y equals 2 sine bracket pi over 12 bracket x minus 2 close bracket plus 4, where y represents the water depth in meters and x represents the hours after midnight, AM to PM. Your sailboat plans to leave the harbor, but it can only pass safely when the water is above 4 meters to avoid the shallow rocks. Using the model function, determine the time when it is safe for you to leave the harbor. So this is the harbor, and this is the sea, this is you, and you want to set sail, but there are rocks blocking your way. So we're trying to find the time of the day where the height of the water is above 4 meters so that we can set sail without having the boat get injured or scratched by the rocks. Okay, so we were given this function and I already found out the important values that we needed, but if you were confused, I labeled the function for you so you can see which one's which. And I also drew some grid lines to show you where the max and min values are to have a more accurate sketch of the graph. So let's get to sketching. It goes up over here and it touches the max value. It goes back down to touch the midline, goes all the way down, touch the min value, and goes back up to touch the midline. So this is our whole sine function and its period. And as you can see, the time when the water is above 4 meters is from 2 a.m. to 2 p.m. So you can safely set sail in this time period so that you can avoid the shallow rocks that may or may not scratch your boat. And that is how you use the transformation of a sine and cosine function and apply it and use it to find out the answer for a real-world application question. Here's some more real-world applications of the transformations of sine and cosine. Sine and cosine can be applied to anything that moves in a repeating cycle. They can predict and describe waves, temperatures, tides, and seasons. Sine and cosine can also be applied to anything that moves in a circular motion. For example, wheels in a vehicle, hands of a clock, Ferris wheels, etc. This is because something that moves in a circular motion gives us the graph of a sine functions because when it rolls, it goes up, down, and back up again, like a wave almost. And that is how we use the transformations of a sine and cosine functions and apply it into the real world. Thank you for watching.